My focus, clear, okay. Whew. Okay, so what's up guys? It's been a really long time since I posted anything on YouTube. Completely unexpected. I completely planned on posting something, on content, but everything's just been crazy lately. This video is going to be specifically on starting clinicals because I literally just got out of clinical. I came home, showered, did a little makeup, and put something regular on because I wanted to get this video up and out as fast as I could while everything is still fresh in my mind. So let's get right on into the video. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Alyssa Marie. I post content on primarily nursing school for right now, but in the future I plan to do lifestyle and beauty videos. I just don't have any time for that right now, but yeah, I post content regarding nursing school, my progression, and some of my experiences, so that way you guys can be more informed. So if you can't tell by the title already, this video is going to be regarding my first day in my pediatric clinical. Not only my first day in my pediatric clinical, but my first clinical period. So if you don't know, I'll give a brief background. So I am in the Accelerated Bachelor's in Nursing program, which is a program for nursing students who have a previous degree, a bachelor's degree in something that's not related to nursing. Could be health related or it doesn't have to be, as long as you have the prereqs for the nursing program. You can apply depending on what state you live in. So as everybody knows, with this whole issue, not everybody is able to go to school. There's a lot of virtual classes, online classes, and my first semester we were not allowed to be in clinical because of everything that was going on. And so yeah, so last clinical we were online. We did virtual patients. We had our instructor go over everything, do the labs and stuff like that. So it wasn't a real life experience as far as clinical, but it was something to get our feet wet. And I'm not really mad at it, but I wish we could have done live clinical just to prepare us better for this semester. But it's okay. So today is September 3rd. Today's Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. And I just got home from my first clinical. It was the pediatric clinical, and it was great. So I kind of want to go over a few things for you guys regarding what to expect, because everything is fresh in my mind, and I want to get it out there before I start to forget things and before I start to lose motivation to make this video. So, when you're first going into your clinical, before you even start clinical rotation, you're gonna be nervous as heck. I was nervous as heck. I didn't know what to do, and my clinical instructor made sure she didn't debrief us on what to expect because she wanted us to have a real life experience when we first got onto the floor. And in the beginning, I was like, what are we doing? I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. How do I take report? Because she was be ready to take report. I was like, what? How do you even, what? And so, that, I was I don't know. Everybody else's clinical was meeting up at Starbucks before to go over what they're going to do. Some students got a tour of the hospital weeks before they even started their clinical rotation, during skills day. And I was I did not know what to expect. I was completely lost as everybody else in my group. But it actually turned out a lot better than I expected. I actually really like my clinical instructor. I loved the nurse that I was working with today, and everybody in my group that I'm with. Everybody's just awesome. Nobody's judgmental. If we ever had questions, other people would answer. I guess I'll just put this on the floor. Okay, so what to expect when you're going to your first clinical. You're going to be nervous, that's normal. But what you should do is make sure any paperwork that your clinical instructor uploads or sends you, print it out, put it in a binder, take it with you. You want to make sure that you have anything that, even if you don't think it's going to be like needed, or if you don't really know what it's for, just bring it. Half the paperwork that I brought, I didn't know what the heck it was for, and I brought it, and it turns out that I actually needed it. So that's one thing. It doesn't matter if you don't think it's important, just print it out, put it in a binder, make it neat so that way you're not like scrambling for papers. And I'll show you what I did. So that way you can have an idea of what maybe you should do. That's number 1. 2, make sure you prepare the night before. Have your scrubs out, have your shoes out, have your stethoscope ready, have everything that needs to be in your book bag in your book bag. Make sure you have your pen light, make sure you have your pens and your pencils, your lab coat, make sure your scrubs are nice and clean, they don't look dirty, that they're not wrinkled, because you do not want to set a bad impression the first day. Make sure you have your notebook, and I'm actually going to do like what's in my clinical bag because it's literally what I just got home with. So that way you guys can see like what I actually brought and what I actually used during my clinical rotation. And so maybe you guys can find it helpful. What else do you guys need to do? Ladies, make sure your hair's tied back. Make sure you have a mask for these times that we're living in right now. But I think your hospital will most likely supply you with one just because of like legal issues, like bringing your own stuff. That's what I was told at least. Bring your lunch if you don't want to spend money in the cafeteria. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. If you have like a pocket drug guide, you could bring that, but my clinical instructor actually showed us a website that the hospital that we're working at right now actually pays for to give us the most up-to-date recent information regarding drug doses, indications, contraindications, and adverse reactions. So that was actually helpful. So that way our pockets aren't like full of stuff, because I literally just got like a Tribe RN like badge clip thingy, but it's like thick. And it's actually in my backpack, but I didn't even pull it out. And there's a lot of report sheets that you can print out on like Etsy, on registerednursern.com. There's a couple. If you Google report sheets for nurses, there's a few. I would maybe pick one and bring it with you if you have absolutely no idea how to take report. I printed a few, and I actually ended up not using any of them just because it was the first time that I was taking a report. I wasn't really familiar with the form that I had, and as the nurse was giving me all the information, I was just writing it down. I didn't have time to oh, where is this at? And I'll show you. But yeah, make sure you have paper. This is a lifesaver. Bring a notepad for little messages that your clinical, it's only the first day and I have quite a few pages filled out. Bring a little notepad. I actually got the smaller ones. Let me see if there's one actually in here. Okay, I had one that was half this size and it flipped up. I got it from Target. I had gotten 2 packs of those, and I tried to use it for a skills day that I did a week ago, and it was way too flimsy for me to write on. I don't know if maybe it's because I didn't have this to write on it, but I didn't want to have to depend on this for me to write on. So this was actually a lot easier. There was more space. It was durable, so I can actually lean on it while I'm standing in a patient's room, jotting down something that the nurse is telling me or the clinical instructor. So that was really helpful. This clipboard, I low-key did not think that I was going to use it. I thought it was like going to be a waste of money. Like, I thought it was just something that all the nursing students is just like, yeah, buy it just because it's like a thing, you know? But no, it's not a thing. It's a thing, but it's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this came in super clutch. Like, you wouldn't believe all of like, so like this is the clinical paperwork I was talking about. I laminated it because I knew I wasn't going to write on this. This is just like hints that the clinical instructor gave us. We have the pediatric clinical prep sheet. So this is actually something, it's not laminated because this is something that I actually have to turn in. So I'm not going to show you guys that. Some other paperwork that the nurse gave me to help me like plan out my day. Which I didn't have really a difficult patient, so there was not much to do. And plus he was like off the unit for most of the time I was there, so I was just popping into other rooms. Another thing that you guys can do is like normal vital signs. So like I know normal vital signs for adults, but for pediatric patients I do not have them memorized. And it ranges from infant, toddler, preschool, school age, adolescent. So this is actually really helpful. So I have this in the back of my clipboard, but I also have it on my badge. And you can get a picture from, if you go to like the American Heart Association, they have like a printout for the normal ranges for vital signs for the pediatric population. So that is that, and this is what I was talking about regarding taking a report. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a form that one of my other group mates had sent us on GroupMe, like when we're all like going crazy about how to take a report. This is what she sent, so I was like, oh, it looks nice, it looks organized, you know, easy to follow. And as soon as she started giving a report, I was like, where do I start? So I literally took it out, flipped it on the back, and I took all my notes like that. I found it a lot easier that way, just so that way I'm not asking like, hold on, where's this? Like, what is this? What's like, where do I put that? Like, I just wanted to get whatever information the night shift nurse was giving, and then if I had any questions after, then I would just ask the nurse that was working the day shift, so that she can clarify anything. And yeah, I think that was like the best way for me, like so far. I mean, I've only done it once, but I think how I took it was like pretty good. Like I didn't, you know, I was able to pick everything up that she said. I didn't really miss anything. And like when you're taking a report, I think the nurse that I was working with had mentioned that in the beginning, you're gonna write everything down. But I like use like up arrows, down arrows, like I abbreviate the heck out of things. And I guess it depends on how you write yourself, and you know what you mean when you're writing it down. So yeah. Don't be nervous. I mean, you're gonna be nervous, but like try not to be, because literally that was me. Like I was like, oh god, I don't know how to take a report. I don't know what to ask. What do I do? And meanwhile, this is like the first time I've ever done like, not vitals, but I've never done a health assessment on somebody, you know? Like this is the first time I'm putting what I learned to practice. And so yeah, it was nerve-wracking, but the clinical instructors and the nurses that you're going to be working with know when it's your first time doing something, and so their expectations are not going to be like, you know, like crazy. Maybe some nurses might expect a lot, but my clinical instructor was super nice, and she said like, you know, she wanted us to go in as if it was like the real deal, so that way we can learn, so that way we can see what our flow is, and so that way we're not like always trying to lean on somebody else, so that we can kind of be confident in ourselves and knowing what to do. So yeah, that was the first day. I had one patient assignment, but I was kind of in and out of multiple rooms, just helping the nurse out whenever she needed it, and just trying to observe as much as I can, get as much knowledge, soak up any knowledge that I could while I was on that unit, because we are only on the pediatric floor for 4 rotations, and then we go to L&D, and then the next half of the semester we're in adult 1, so I'm in the PCU, the cardiac PCU, just to be more specific. And so yeah, so that was the first day. It was really good. I made new friends. Everybody was super nice. Even one of my clinical friends, like, you're not supposed to have like tattoos showing, and I completely forgot. So she actually had an extra like arm sleeve, and she like gave it to me. So I actually have to. I'm gonna get her something nice because that was super sweet. Trying to be helpful. Like, the nurse that I was working with actually got a new admit that was not my assigned patient, but like I said, my patient was off the floor doing like a procedure. So like I was like, hey, like, do you want me to help? And it actually turned out that the patient was Spanish speaking, so I actually got to help like translate some of the like minor stuff, like the communication, like and questions and stuff like that for her. So that was helpful for her, and just like helping her organize the room and like take vitals, and I got to like do like a mini assessment. I got to do a focused exam on her respiratory system. And yeah, like, just enjoy it. If you have questions, like, ask them. But like I said before, I think that's it. Yeah, so now I don't want to make this video too long. If you guys have any questions, like, message me in the comments. I don't know how people do this, like, YouTube while in school, because it's hard. Like, I don't know if it's like this is an accelerated program and I'm just like, I don't have time. But like, even on my break, I was like, I'm so tired. Like, I do not want to do anything. And I was actually working a lot when I was in between semesters. So that was another thing. But I'm gonna try, like I said like I always say in my previous videos, I don't promise anything because life happens. But okay, I'm gonna go through some of the things, like what's in my clinical bag, because it's literally what's in my clinical bag, because I literally just came from clinical. Okay, so the first thing, I already pulled it out, is this clipboard. Like I said, I thought it was like a fad that people have for nursing school, but it actually came in really clutch. It's just a foldable, collapsible clipboard. You can put your papers, nobody can see patient information, so it's HIPAA safe. And then like there's like assessments on the back, like nursing values, what's normal, and EKG interpretation, like the pain scale for kids, normal temperature, SIRS and sepsis, injection sites, normal lab values, I don't know if I said that already, normal pupil size, ABG values, and everything basically that you need to know right in your hand. So that's one. Two, so I'm not going to show the front of it, but this is like my badge. Like I said before, I do have the PALS pediatric normal ranges for vital signs, and then I have like my badges for the hospitals, and then my school that I'm going to. Okay, loosely I have my stethoscope because we kind of got out late. I didn't have time to put it in my case, but I do have a case. So yeah, stethoscope. Oh, it fell, whatever. This mini notebook, I got this from Target. Literally like $3, if that, maybe. Like I said, like if you want to, get the little tiny ones, like the ones that are half like this and they flip open like this. But these are like 10 times better. You can fit more information on it, and you have a lot more support when you're writing, like literally just standing like this. So this was really helpful. I literally just got this, I think yesterday or something. I have my little pencil, marker, pen bag here. actually have two because I'm extra like that. I don't know why. One is mostly for my markers and my highlighters, and one is for my pens and my pencils. I'll just leave that at that. Dirty mask because, you know, times that we're living in. I have some hand sanitizer that I got from Target because, like, why not? Just joking. Are we still recording? Yeah, we're still recording. Okay, Advil because I never wear my hair up because I get really bad headaches. And so since we have to have our hair tied back, I get really bad headaches. And so Advil is a must-have if that is you, or if you just get headaches randomly. Another mask. Okay, so these are my note cards for pharmacology. This is not necessarily for clinical, but I thought I'd bring them just in case I had like time during my lunch break to study. I didn't because I was too busy socializing. But there's that if you don't care to socialize and want to study. Okay, my planner. This is like my holy grail. Everything goes in here. I look at it every day to make sure that I know where and what I'm doing. If anything comes up, the first thing, that's a lie. But usually, if anything comes up, the first thing that I do is check my planner. If nothing's there, then I'll jot it down so that way I remember. I say usually because I had an incident a couple of weeks ago during my break that I scheduled myself to work in 2 different locations for 2 different companies. And this is why using a planner is critical. Because that just, oh God, I literally wanted the freaking, I wanted the earth to swallow me whole when I had to tell one of the people that I work for that I was already at the hospital, and that I couldn't make it. So you do not want to be that person. I do not recommend it. So this is just like, it's not a planner. It's kind of like a journal. This before I used to use as my like checklist, because my planner was so filled with, it wasn't like a good planner for like, assignments, but this planner is actually an academic planner that I got from Staples. If I see the link, I'll link it down below. But they're usually $30. I got it for 50% off, and I'm pretty sure they always have that sale. Like every time I get a planner, they always have that 50% off, so I paid $15 for it, and it was good. So like, yeah, I don't really use this anymore, but sometimes I'll pull it out if it's like general information, or if there's like a Student Nurses Association meeting, I'll usually pull it out because I have a section in here for NCLEX tips, because usually they'll have like guest speakers and like people who are already nurses who've taken the NCLEX, or who recently just taken the NCLEX, who give like different tips on how to take it. And then also like if there is a like exam review or something like that, I'll usually just pull this out and like jot down some notes regarding what the professor is talking about. So I have that too. These are med cards. So I actually got this from one of my friends who's already a nurse in New York. Shout out to you, Danielle. So she gave me her medication cards. So my clinical instructor actually gave us a list of common medications that are given to the pediatric patients. So I just pulled them and put them in this bag. I put them in the bag because I don't want them scattering everywhere, and I don't really have a hair tie to tie them up, but even if I did, they still come loose, and they might like bend and stuff. So this was like the easiest way I could like keep them all in one place without getting all scattered. Let's see. Oh, so this is my stethoscope case. So yeah, I just have like a pencil, my pen light. Oh, here. This is the notepad that I was talking about. You see this like tiny, flimsy little thing, in comparison to this. This one's very much durable, and this one's just kind of like flimsy, and it feels like T-Rex arms. Like, I just don't like it. It's not comfortable for me. But I still like have this in mind just in case like one of the other new, student nurses needs it, or if they want it, I'll just keep it in here, just because. So yeah, this is that. A lint roller. A mini lint roller, you can never go wrong. I'm always linty. I don't know why. I don't have cats and I don't live with a dog. But yeah, I'm always linty. It's so weird and it's very embarrassing. So I always have a little one. I have a big one in my car, but I have this one just in case, like, you know, something happens while I'm out. So I have that. Let's see if there's anything else. Chapstick. Lipstick and more chapstick. Another mask. Mints, especially with this like whole mask situation. Like, I'm not trying to smell my breath for like the next 8 hours. So yeah, mints. Another chapstick, because you can never have too many. And that is it for what is in my clinical bag. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that maybe I didn't go over or that I forgot to mention regarding clinical. But I think that's it. It was pretty, like, it was a pretty good day. Nothing crazy happened, thank God. And I think maybe one of the hardest things is just learning how to chart in the system, just because it's a new system, and like what to chart, because like in the assessment sections there's like each system, and you don't always have to chart everything that's on there. So I think it's just like getting to know the system and then getting to know how to do our assessments accurately and effectively, so that we're not assessing things that are generally not needed. So I think I've reached 30 minutes because my camera just cut off, but I don't know where it cut off. So I think I was saying, I think that's it for everything that I wanted to relay to you guys. So the first day of clinical was really good. Nothing crazy happened. And if there's anything that I missed or anything that you guys have any like comments or recommendations or like what other people should prepare for regarding their clinical, put it in the comment section. Like I said, if you have any specific questions, comment it down below, or you can DM me at AYEEMARIE__. I'll link it down below. Like I said, I don't really post a lot of nursing content on there, but I might, or maybe I'll just like make a whole new Instagram. Like, that's a whole hassle. I don't know. We'll see. And I'm gonna try. I always say this, like I said, I don't promise, but I'm gonna try and keep you guys updated on like what is going on, how's nursing school. And yeah, I'm actually, my next video is gonna be a recap of my summer semester, which was my first semester of the nursing program, and so that way you guys can see how I did, if I did well, did I pass, what the struggles were, what the good parts were, and be on the lookout for that. It'll probably be sometime this weekend that I will film it because I need to get on it. But I think that's it. I hope this video wasn't too much. I hope I was able to like express what I wanted to, because I didn't have a list, because I literally just came out of clinical. Like I said, any questions, just let me know.